Okay, we're back. Last day, hopefully. Should be the last day. Engine's already in, timing, clutch, all the maintenance is done. We have to finish the subframe, put the new sway bar onto that one, and that's done, and then the lower mount. Back in the car, reconnect, that kind of stuff, and then it's just a bunch of wiring. Just a whole lot of plugging everything in, which at this point, we're at the easy part. Everything else has been done, and then also we didn't take off the AC compressor or the power steering, so none of that fluid's out. The clutch slave stayed on, so don't need to bleed anything. It's really just plug it all back up, coolant, and then we should be good. Should be smooth sailing. Yeah, we left off yesterday at a pretty good spot. So we have the exhaust to go back on, just the midsection. Yeah, just little bits. All the big stuff has been taken care of. So now we go through and do the small stuff. The goal is to drive this car home today, which should be realistic to do. We don't have too much to do. All the big stuff's already been done. We've had a pretty good turnaround. Day 1, engine out. Day 2, rebuild and back in. Day 3, finish up and drive her on home with no fear of it blowing up, because you saw yesterday's video. I'm not sure they are in here actually. The guides for the chains. This one here, broken. You can see chunk missing and top piece missing, and then this one, whole corner broken. Thankfully, this piece that was cracked had the bolt through it, so it couldn't actually fall anywhere, which is good. But still, you definitely heard the chain noise hitting the spot in that spot. So that's done. Old clutch is out. We're ready to get started. Up she goes. So the plan is to start from the bottom, do the subframe, exhaust, power steering pulley, and get some of the wires down here started, like the ones in here that are kind of hard to get to. And then we'll move to the top section. I have the new belt right here. Hopefully it's the right one. It should be. Where's the old one at? There's my old one. I have to measure, make sure it's the same. Want to toss in the new fuel filter. And then, what is down here? Oh, these are sway bar end link bushings. I put those on. Some new exhaust clamps because I had to cut the last one. And then just a whole bunch of bolts and other random such things. We've made good progress so far. The exhaust is back in and all bolted up there. New gasket, new hardware, that's good to go. Subframe is finished. New sway bar end links, new bushings in there. The only thing, I think this one's the same width as the stock one, but these arches are higher, so when you lower the car, your axle doesn't hit here. The only thing that's different I noticed, this one has a little drop down here, where this one just straight across, but I think that's just for the 4Motion cars, so the drive shaft doesn't hit. But we'll do a little test fit and make sure it's gonna work. If not, we'll take this one back off. I'll refresh that one real fast. I mean, the sway bar's not bad, it's just kind of flaking. I'll just repaint it real fast, put the new bushings on this one, and then just run that. But I'd like to have this one because it has the higher arches here, so we lower the car, our axles don't hit. But if worse comes to worst, we'll just use this one for the time being, and it's not the end of the world. So I think it's been about 45 minutes, making great progress so far. We have our complete subframe in. Look how much nicer that looks. This thing was all crusty and rusted before. All nice and brand new. Control arms done, ball joints, new bushings back here. Exhaust down, I showed you that. We got this mounts back on. He's doing the passenger axle. Also, this sway bar does work. Since this car's not all-wheel drive, there's no dip here to be in the way of the drive shaft, so this one does work, no problem. That's good. Put the new end links on. Move right along. So axle. I'm gonna do the wiring for this front section right here, and then we can bring the car down and work from the top side. And we'll just keep on going. All right, wait for it. Bam. Bottom of the car is officially done. Everything is in. All torqued down, Loctited, steering rack, axles, all done. And I went through it clean on the front side as best I could. It's not perfect, but compared to what it was, much better. It's a little Volkswagen logo back in there, Germany, and then the numbers are over here. Not looking too bad. I still need some new hardware for these ones, but that can be done later. Yeah, everything's in, bushings, everything. Oh, it's all new, all new. All new, all fresh, painted, cleaned. Ignore these because these will get redone later on, but whew. So bottom of the car officially done. Now we start the top side. Okay, now we go through and deal with all of this, which really isn't bad. It's just time consuming to go through and just rewrite everything, but I mean, the hard part's over. This is all just the tedious stuff. So gotta wrap this back down underneath, gotta wrap these back down underneath because that's all the secondary air stuff. Auxiliary water pump, put the slave cylinder back into the transmission. Just a bunch of little stuff at this point. Friends, we are doing pretty good. Would you say, Martin?
Yes, we're doing
pretty good. So pretty much all the top side wiring is done. I have to go under the car and do the crank sensor, the plug-in for the secondary air, I want to say it is, the oil sensors down there, and I think that's it. I'm doing the coal pack now. We got to plug in the rest of this stuff. That goes to the intake over here. This will go to this one. Starter's done, harness for the AC compressor's done, grounds are done, reverse switch is done, speed sensor's done, this one back into the fuse panel's done, knock sensor on that side's done. So yeah, once all the wiring's done, we'll do intake manifold. We can get rid of this jumbled mess and plug it into everything else, and we're just about done. Not bad. Gone pretty fast today. I was telling Martin, this is the first time I've actually put a stock engine completely back together. Normally it's like the VR5 or the 180T or the VR6 and Miley or something else, but usually all of this extra nonsense is not here. So this has been fun using all like the factory plastic clip-in spots to hold everything, and they're kind of annoying, but they're also very handy because it keeps everything nice and tidy. Even though it looks like a mess, it's really not that bad. Surprisingly enough. Is this stripped? It's not, but it's kind of close. Must be gentle with this one. Allen key bolts will be the death of me. I don't like them. I'm not a fan. I like the really big ones because it's kind of impossible to strip those, but these small ones love to strip. And of course, in Volkswagen fashion, my fourth one is a 10 mil and not Allen key.
Yeah.
At some point, somebody lost one or stripped one or something happened, and I lost my 10. Did you steal my 10, Martin?
Your 10 is on the side from the...
You stole my 10. I saw you move it from my little pile here and put it over there. Alright, so after this last one, we can go to the bottom.
This shop doesn't lose any parts or screws or nuts.
We spent like, I don't know, 10 minutes trying to find the bolts for the slave cylinder down there. And they were in the box we looked at like...
We made it.
We looked in the box like 5 times. Like, oh, they're not in here, they're not in here. And then they're in there. Okay, well, we're almost done. Almost time for that first startup.
Do you need this anymore?
No, that's the old ball joints. Yeah, we don't need those.
Okay.
Those can go away.
Absolutely spare.
Yep. This has gone well. Still time to go bad, but it's gone well so far. Not bad for a 3-day turnaround. Out, rebuild in. I just rounded that a little bit. Just kidding, it's tight enough, it doesn't matter anymore. Yep, I'm gonna stop touching those before I strip one out. Give it back. Okay. We're moving on. Moving right along. So bottom of the car is all wired up. We have this one for this, I think it's a sensor or a solenoid for the secondary air. The plug for the oil cooler up there. This one, that one, crank sensor, and whatever that, oh, that's a front knock sensor, that one as well. So all of this, the car engine-wise plugged up on the bottom side is done. While we're up in the air, Martin is doing the fuel filter in the back.
I'm not sure if I can do it with this one.
Not big enough?
It says it's from Mercedes.
Oh no, there's Mercedes on it? I was like, it's not big enough? There's a Mercedes logo, that's fine. Yeah. We'll increase the value, or maybe we'll decrease the value possibly. But fuel filter in the back. I'm gonna bolt check once more underneath here, make sure everything's good to go, which it should be, but just to check. And then we come down, intake manifold, wired up, coolant, and start her up, go through the gears, hopefully we've done everything correctly, and then drive this unit home. That's the goal. We made good time today. Very good time today. Car's looking good. She's looking good. We have a nice spring back here, and then fuel filter and get that crust thing out of there.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do some more cleaning up here, bolt checking, and then we come down, I'll show you the next step. So I think we just spent, what, hour or so, give or take?
I think so.
Maybe more?
I think so.
On this stupid fuel filter. And it was the clamp on the back. This little quick disconnect took forever to pop back off. And then get back on, we couldn't go back on. So it turns out it's an O-ring, a copper O-ring, and another O-ring to seal. This one had O-ring, copper O-ring, O-ring, and then another O-ring that was broken in the backside, which I was getting stuck. So I had to pull he pulled all the innards out, rebuilt this entire thing, and now it popped right on. But yeah, this is like an hour. Struggle to get it off. Okay, well, with that, the bottom side is done. All this, we pulled the engine easily, we pulled the fuel filter. Yeah. Always something. This poor light, this thing has seen the ground like
more than 10 times.
Like 100 times in the past 20 minutes. I'm gonna put it over here, okay?
Yeah.
Look at like casualty.
Keep it in the secure area.
Yeah, she's seen better days. Okay.
So.
Fuel filter done. That was fun, huh?
Oh, that was such a fun.
Oh goodness. I went through, I snugged the axle nuts down. Once the car's on the ground, we'll torque those to spec. But now I drop the car down and do the last little bits up top. That's it. I stepped like an hour and a half ago, but this fuel filter, man, it got us. It really got us for a long time. But if that's the only issue we have, thankfully, I can't complain. So I had mentioned on the first day of pulling the engine out, we had broke a little fitting off the top of this flange here, which is one of the runoffs off of the heater core that goes through, and this comes off over to this piece, and this is where it broke. It goes into there, and this goes to the throttle body, and then that goes to the throttle body. But what we're doing, because I don't have another one, I mean I do, it's at home, and I want this car to run tonight, we're going to go from here directly to here, which is just a runoff of this one, and bypass the throttle body completely, which will be fine. So this is blocked off and have no leaks. This will go from there to there, and we're good to go. And once I'm at home, I'll get a new one of these and actually run it all properly. But for the time being, there to there, we'll have no issues. And then finally, we can put the intake manifold on and get this section done. We've been just waiting, trying to fix this. We tried to super glue it and it didn't work. So bypass the entire thing there to there and call it a day. And then also, as much as I love this, right? We love this, Martin?
Yeah.
As much as we love this, it's going away. And I don't have a stock air filter. Yeah, delete it. I don't have a stock air filter right now. So put the math to this one and it's gonna be good to go. I don't know if on the 12 valve, at least the Mark IV 12 valve, this will add that great VR6 roar. On Casey's car it didn't, but maybe on this one. But later on, if not, I'll get a normal air filter to put back in the stock box and go from there. But this, it had to go. All right, my friends, we are close. Martin just filled the coolant. I am putting the battery tray and battery back in. As you can see, manifold's on, engine cover's on. I'm gonna do the spark plug wires in a second. Our new fancy, much nicer looking air filter's on. Oh, we're close. Very close. Couple very long hiccups at the end. We spent more time rerouting hoses and fixing the fuel filter than we did pulling the engine out.
Yeah.
They always say the last 5% takes the longest or something like that. But we're close. Very close to a startup.
The filter was the most difficult.
It was. That was annoying. And then you had to rebuild it and find there's an extra O-ring for some reason.
Yep.
That's okay though. I think we've got everything. We double and triple checked everything, looks like. Only thing that's different is we bypassed the throttle body, which shouldn't affect anything. we're good. So first start up and go through the gears momentarily. Oh, we have to put the wheels on and then torque down the axles still. That'd be bad if my wheel flew off. A little bit annoying. This is not long enough.
Do you know how much coolant you know?
All of it? I don't know. This, well.
Yeah, this was about, I think, 3 liter.
How far is it up there? We don't need coolant where we're going, but I do need an extension. Where's the other one? I have another one.
How long do you need?
That's it, yep.
Or do you need a shorter one?
No, that's fine. I just want to be able to not be near this.
I think I'm grabbing some water too.
How long is this bolt? This is spinning. You know, it's a battery tray. It's tight enough. Moving on. Moving on. Okay, ready for this? She's back together. Well, almost. Just enough to run the car. We're gonna put everything back together in case, you know, we messed up somewhere. But should be good to go. All of this is done. Wiring, coolant, everything's there. So I'm gonna go through, start the car, go through all the gears, make sure it's good, make sure I don't hear any weird noises from anything. And if that checks out, which hopefully it should, wheels on, put on the axles, front bumper, the last little bits, and then drive this girl home. And she's dirty, really dirty. I actually went through and wiped down this a little bit. So engine cover is clean, valve cover is clean, battery tray, you're looking good in there. It's looking real nice, but let's start this thing. Hopefully the battery didn't die while we were while we had it out for 2 days. Let's see. Let me just unlock the car and see. Oh, good sign. All right, Mr. Martin, are you ready? You got a fire extinguisher?
What?
You have a fire extinguisher?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, just in case, you know, never know. Okay. Well, that's a good sign. I'll wait for him to come out. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. First try. Not bad. And it sounds smooth. Let's go see. I'll check the gears in a second. And then flash on the dash. Ah. Now it's smooth. Before you heard the clack, 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 clack. It got some steam, but probably the exhaust stuff burning off. Okay. Oh, new nut? Yeah, better. So probably some of this stuff burning off in the backside between oil and coolant back there and new gasket stuff, but oh, she's purring. Listen to that. That's so much better. Nice and smooth, no chain noise. Okay, well, it runs good. Now we gotta check the, make sure it shifts properly. So, let me hop back in here. Okay. Is it off the ground, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we put her in. Clutch feels good still. Oh, nice. Spinning. Yeah. That's first. Second. Third. Fourth. Reverse. Nice, and it feels smooth. I don't hear any like clanks, any yes, the charger, oh, it's open, I know. Okay, so car runs, no more chain noise, idling smooth, running so smooth. We have all of our gears. Trans feels good. I mean, not moving yet, but there's no load on it, but we have all the gears. There's no weird sounds, which means we did the clutch properly, which is nice. Good work, Martin. Yeah. Okay, so now we can put the hood on, bumper on, the last little bits, and drive this girl home. Ah, it feels good. All right, we'll cut her off. Not bad.
Nice.
Not a bad 3-day turnaround. Whew. Yeah, a little smoky back here. But yeah, there's a bunch of, as we're doing this, I spilled brake fluid and coolant back over there. I try to get it all off, but It's probably just burning off there, but I don't see any leaks. Do you see any leaks? No, don't ignore that. That was from earlier. Martin had spilled some. But this section looks to be clean. So, no leaks, runs smooth as ever. This looks much better than before compared to... I'm gonna keep this. Maybe a nice art piece for my house, you think? I have to keep this.
Very unique.
It's a dryer hose to PVC to... I have to keep it. That's forever mine, forever. Oh, she looks so good. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and finish the last build up, and then we'll check back in on the first drive out, and then we go home. All right, while the car's up, quick check under here. Make sure there's no oil between this, which looks to be completely dry. There's still some dirt from before, but you can tell there's no new oil anywhere down there. Our pan looks clean. All of this looks clean. That's what I like to see. What I like to see. Good back here. Let's go. Let's go. Man, the bottom of this car looks so good now. Just all the new stuff. Not bad. Not bad at all. Can't wait to get rid of the brakes and all that crustiness, but we're getting there. As long as right now, the biggest concern for this car was I just wanted to make sure that running wide wasn't going to blow up. But now, all maintenance is done. Well, there's still coolant hoses and that kind of stuff. But like the big stuff is done. We're good to drive this thing all over the place. Yes. The wagon is officially back on the ground. We've got wheels. We got a bumper. We got a hood. She is back together 100%. Also, no leak in the back by the fuel filter. Very, very good. Thankful for that. Oh, now. Look at that. Now we take her home. Again, Martin, thank you so much for allowing me to use your shop for the past 3 days and helping out with this whole process. I thoroughly appreciate you and all your help.
No problem.
And you guys as well. Show Martin some support. Awesome friend. Always willing to lend a hand. Whew, made this process a lot easier. If I had to do this at home on the cobblestone in the barn, would have been rough. Would have been really rough. But we got it done. Not a bad turnaround. 3 days. Like, that is not bad. Not bad at all. So, we load everything in the back of the car to get out of here. The shop is nice and clean. Still got to sweep, but nice and clean. And then drive home. I'm excited. I have like 300 miles in the clutch to actually break it in before I can actually like really beat on the car, but now I can drive it and there's no fear of like blowing up.
I would be excited.
I was a little bit like when I saw the guys at the first time, the pieces of the guys are missing, I was like, oh, we cut it really close. But hey, we made it out alive. The wagon's good.
We will see when we put the gearbox out.
Hey, listen, don't say it. We did a good job. Don't be saying all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's get it out of here. I was about to pull the car out, but with only this light on, the light looks sick, but we're gonna turn on the BBS sign. This is like the perfect shot. All right, wait for it. That sign is so cool. Oh, it's so awesome.
Memories to the auto technique.
That's so awesome. Okay, now drive home. So nice.
Okay.
I've stalled it. Keep stalling. Is that me or that? Oh no, Martin, did we jinx it?
What?
I don't know. It's shutting off. Maybe my. Hold on.
That's from the empty filter.
Oh, the fuel. You're right. I can smell it too. Well, we're almost out of the shop. This is gonna be a long clip. for a second there, as soon as I wanted to like, clutch it, the car wanted to shut off, but now it's good. I think between the fuel filters being empty and then also the car being off, maybe the throttle body had to readapt. But either way, the car, great now. I mean, this clutch feels so good. Martin's kind of ripping it. I want to go fast, but I have all this stuff in the back of the car. But clutch feels so good. Like when I go to pull off, I can get the car moving with no gas at all. Just put it in gear and let the clutch out really slow, and the car will start rolling by itself and no gas at all. Like the clutch is so smooth. There's no jerking. There's no chatter to it. Super, super nice. I think I paid $170 for it. eBay stage 2 clutch, whatever that means. But it says to hold like 350 foot-pounds for horsepower and for torque. So I don't know, great deal. I think lightweight flywheel, upgraded pressure plate, and upgraded clutch plate, but it feels so good. All the gears work, reverse. The car is running so smooth. It feels good. Again, I can't thank Martin enough for spending the past 3 days just all day long at the shop helping me out. Super awesome friend. Show him some support, show him some love for sure. The car is running great, so I'm just happy. I'm so excited to drive this car now. It's like a fresh slate. Like we did all the maintenance, well, again, not all the maintenance, but we did the big stuff, and the car is ready to go. So sick. So next up will be, as soon as the powder coat comes in, whether that happens, get the brakes done, the big brake kit, not really big brake, but the bigger brake kit for the car, 312 in the front, 256 VINs in the rear, and then off to inspection, which we should pass first try. I really hope we do. I mean, we've done all the bushing, subframe. I mean, I've done all the major stuff. I've learned at this point what to look for, so I feel like we've got everything once the brakes are done, so we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, this road's sick. I'm gonna put the camera down, enjoy this drive home and all this rattling nonsense, but the car just feels good, man. It just feels so good. Everything I wanted. This car is everything I wanted, and it's awesome. And then past inspection, exhaust time. It sounds good now, but we definitely need more. So see you guys at home. Friends, we've made it home. First successful drive since the refresh, and this thing, like I said, it drove so good. It's so smooth. There's no creaks, clanks, anything like that. Clutch feels great. Trans feels awesome. Just a solid unit. A solid unit. Woo! Woo! Ooh. Hold on, it's late, but I don't care. Oh, she's angry. Oh, just the beginning for this thing. Just puts a smile on my face. Oh, I might have spoken too soon, my friends. I might have spoken too soon. We got some coolant leaking on the ground over there. What did that just happened? It didn't overheat all the way home or flash like it was low. What's leaking over here? Is it you? What if it's that secondary cooler down there? I think that other hose might not be on all the way. Let's look fogging up my camera, sorry. For the auxiliary water pump, there's also this cooler down here. I can't tell if it's that one. Just a lot of G12 on the ground. It's fine. Is it that? You can put the top one back on, but maybe there's a lower one. I can't see it from here. Maybe that one came off as well. I don't think Martin took both of those off, and maybe he did. I can't tell. It looks like the clamp's up a little bit higher. I think it came from there, just the pressure I pushed it out. But is it over here? Not the coolant ball, is it? No, I think it's just from over here. Well, we dumped out our coolant. But hey, it's still a great unit. She made it home. One small thing to adjust, not a big deal. Fill her back up and we'll be on our way. Other than that, not bad. Oh yeah, I left this one back here off because I don't have the air box now plugged into the back, but as part of the secondary air, it's just pulling air from the air box. It's really not a big deal. I have it off. Other than the coolant pile on the ground, everything else is looking to be okay. So I'll take it. Not a bad first ride. A little bit of coolant. Not the end of the world. So yeah, you just well, no, I do now. I'll see you in the morning. You did good. Proud of you still. Okay, one final thing before we end up the video because I'm exhausted and I want to be sleeping right now. So it's looking like about 99% confirmed that this Sunday Casey will be home, and I couldn't be more excited. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget to thank me for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.